Hey everyone, Mr. DVB here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my family's Blu-ray / 4K collection. There's a ton of movies here, so I don't want to spend too much time doing this intro, but this video was recommended by Dark Fiend X, so shout out to him for recommending this video. Yeah, I have my flashlight on because we currently don't have a lighting system set up to show you guys these Blu-rays. Also, there's movies, coming out every once in a while that we'll be picking up, so this collection gets larger and larger by the day, so it's gonna grow. My brother also owned a ton of movies, like about 100 or plus Blu-rays that used to be part of this collection, but he moved out, so those aren't in this collection anymore, so it's smaller than it used to be, but like I said, it's growing every day, and there are movies I want to pick up. Is there anything else I want to mention? Oh yeah, these aren't completely in alphabetical order. The first letter will always be in alphabetical order, but after that, I don't really care if AB comes before AD or something like that. But yeah, so there you go. Let's jump into the collection. First up, we have the 007 Daniel Craig collection on 4K. I picked this up a few months ago for about $50 Canadian, I believe, which is pretty good considering sometimes companies make you pay, $35 for each movie in a collection. So, for example, the Star Wars films cost me like $300 something, whereas this is only $50 for 4 movies. So I consider that a very good price, and I like those movies a lot, minus Spectre, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Same thing with Quantum, I guess. Two Guns, pretty generic action film, but it's entertaining. 15 minutes, I don't even know if I've seen that, to be completely honest. 16 Blocks, watched that once years ago, so I cannot give any critical thoughts on that film. 28 Days Later, really good zombie film. I watched this recently. I've seen it in the past, but I haven't seen it in years. And yeah, really good horror film. It's actually shot on 480p with like handy cams back in like 2002, or 2001 maybe actually. So it's really, really bad quality for a Blu-ray. I find that interesting. 30 Minutes, 42, fantastic movie. 300, not the biggest fan of this film, to be completely honest. I've only seen it once. The visual style of it is interesting. It's not really my thing, and yeah, I just don't like the movie that much. 1917, really great film. I've only seen it once, which was in theaters, so I definitely need to rewatch it. I have checked out the 4K. It has fantastic 4K quality, and the audio is pretty good. It's not as good as a lot of other war films, but they did a pretty decent job on the Atmos mix. That's another video I want to make, is kind of a video going over my home theater collection. 2012, you're going to see a lot of movies like this in this collection, really cheesy action films. A lot of them happen to be natural disaster films. My parents, especially my mother, really like those type of movies, so there's a bunch of films like that in this collection, but they're all fun, I guess, in their own way. 2001: A Space Odyssey, one of the most influential science fiction films of all time. Never fully watched it, if I have to be honest. I can understand the technological achievements of it, but I don't know. I've never found it super interesting. I think it's very well made, but I don't know. Not a whole bunch happens in that movie, in my opinion. But I can understand why people love it. Apocalypse Now, I bought this recently. Still haven't seen it, actually, but that's the 4K Final Cut and regular edition, so I think there's about 4 discs or so with that. Alice in Wonderland, the animated edition. Alice in Wonderland, the live-action version. Alien, a fantastic film, one of my favorites. This is the 4K. My brother owns the collection of these movies on Blu-ray. I want to, get those again because I love Aliens. And I actually have some enjoyment with Alien 3. The rest are really bad. But that being said, I believe they're 4King Aliens eventually, so I'd rather wait for that, before buying the collection. Alien Covenant, this is a steelbook. Not a very big fan of this movie, I have to be completely honest. It's pretty mediocre. Allied, decent film starring Brad Pitt, directed by Robert Zemeckis. The Amazing Spider-Man, the 2012 Sony reboot of the character, which went absolutely nowhere. Amazing Spider-Man 2. This movie has kind of a soft spot for me. I mean, it's not a very good movie, but there are some aspects of it that I love. I think the suit's great. Even though the character was terribly executed, I think it's awesome that we finally got Electro on the live action screen. I think the word I was looking for was on the big screen, yeah. But yeah, no, they handled this character very terribly, but the effects for him were great, and it was cool to have, Electro. And even same thing we said about Lizard in Amazing Spider-Man, even though the effects for him are really bad. American Beauty, watched this film for the first time in film class a few months back. Fantastic movie. Probably my favorite of 1999, to be completely honest. I think it's excellent. American Hustle, have not seen that. American Sniper, I think we actually own 2 copies of this movie. There are some films we own on 4K and Blu-ray. The Blu-rays I just moved to the bottom of the shelf, so they're kind of separate since I'm never going to rewatch them on Blu-ray probably. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, funny film. Anchorman 2, Legend Continues, not so funny film. Anna Karina, that's something my mom bought when the video store was closing, I believe. Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp on 4K. Was not a big fan of this movie when I saw it in theaters, but I rewatched it recently when I bought the 4K. I actually got it for only like $20, I think, when it was brand new, because there was a big sale going on at Future Shop, or not Future Shop, Best Buy, and I thought that was a pretty good price. Apollo 13, great film. I guess we got it for $5, which is a good bargain. Aristocrats. Argo, Best Picture winner. Arrival, really great film by Denis Villeneuve, who's one of my favorite modern-day directors. He has a new film coming out this year called Dune, which got a bunch of photos released today, or yesterday, I guess now. The Artist won Best Picture as well. Have never seen that film. Australia, also have not seen that. Avatar, visually magnificent. I'm surprised they honestly haven't done a 4K of it yet. I don't know, I've only seen it like a few times many years ago. I have not watched it probably in a good 8 or so years, so I cannot give any critical opinion on that film. That being said, I'm a little bit confused as to why we're getting like 4 sequels. Aquaman, okay, this is a movie that I highly regret giving a 9 out of 10 to. It is not that good of a film. Visually, I think it's cool still. I think the colors are really nice. It looks great in 4K. It sounds great in 4K, or in Atmos, I should say. But as a movie, it's interesting. Avengers on 4K, great movie. Avengers Age of Ultron on Blu-ray, probably the most disappointing comic book film for me. Well, not necessarily ever, but in the MCU. Avengers Infinity War on Steelbook, love that film. Avengers Endgame on Steelbook, also love that film. Back to the Future trilogy, probably going to be upgrading this summer when the 4K comes out. Well, actually, I definitely will be upgrading it because I love those films. I rewatched the first 2 actually a couple days ago. The first one, I could watch that movie like every week. I swear to God, it's just so rewatchable. Such a fun movie. Bad Teacher, don't know why we own that stupid film. Batman on 4K, the 1999 film, classic in my opinion. And actually, they did a damn good job 4K'ing it. Batman Returns, I want to upgrade this to the 4K edition. Batman Forever, not gonna lie, part of me has a lot of nostalgia for this movie. It's a film I used to watch a lot when I was little, so yeah, it's not a good movie, but I have a lot of love for it. Batman vs. Superman, as you'll notice we don't have Batman and Robin, although I do want to get the 4K because it actually looks surprisingly great. Dawn of Justice, Extended Edition on Blu-ray. Battle LA, Battleship, Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, Be Kind, Rewind. I've actually seen this film about twice, I think. I liked it when I was younger. It's a pretty funny movie, if I recall. Benchwarmers, terrible, great, hilarious, garbage film. Birdman, I'm not going to say the full title, because forget that. Black Knight, Black Mass, Blade Runner 2049. Do not own the original Blade Runner. That's a film I definitely want to pick up. I prefer 2049, though. I think it's a fantastic science fiction film. Looks amazing on 4K and sounds incredible with Atmos. One of the basiest films I think I own. Black Panther. The Book of Eli. The Bourne Trilogy. Braveheart. Great film. And Breakfast at Tiffany's. Breakfast Club, watched this for the first time a few days ago. Good film. I mean, I can understand why it's a classic in many ways. I've just seen so many teen films. I know this kind of started it all, but I don't know. I've seen other ones that I think do more interesting stuff. Blades of Glory. Yep, that's a film. Bridesmaids, that's also a film. Bucket List. Brother Bears 1 and 2. Big Year. I watched that film years ago. Bug's Life. Good Pixar classic. Captain America: The First Avenger. Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, the 3D version, as well as the regular Blu-ray, Captain America Civil War on 4K. Okay, so I lied. This is, I think, one case where I actually do have the Blu-ray and the 4K next to each other. Captain Marvel Steelbook, Cinderella, Coco on 4K, Clockwork Orange. Watched that for the first time a few months back. Very, very good film. The Conjuring, one of my favorite horror movies. Contraband, Cowboys and Aliens, Crawl, really well-made thriller. Really enjoyed that movie. Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Crazies, Crazy Stupid Love, Dallas Buyers Club. I still need to watch that movie. Dante's Peak and Daylight, two films that my brother and I love to watch. Both very, very cheesy. This movie, kind of a funny thing behind it that my brother and I have as an inside joke. The Departed, one of my favorite films, one of my brother's favorite films. We quote this movie so often. The Dark Knight on Blu-ray. My brother owns the steelbook of that film. The Dark Knight trilogy on 4K. It's amazing looking in 4K, by the way. Dunkirk, excellent film. Doctor Sleep on 4K, really, really good film. Yeah. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Deadpool on Blu-ray. Deadpool 2 on 4K. What a lovely case that is. Death Race. What? Okay. Deep Impact. Yeah, that's another example of a natural disaster movie. Despicable Me 2. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2. Diary of a Wimpy Kid 3. Daybreakers. Die Hard Collection 1 through 4. Dinner with Schmucks, or Dinner for Schmucks, I don't know why the hell we have that. Dirty Grandpa. Again, these are movies that we probably got for like $3 at the side of the street. Django Unchained, excellent film. Doctor Strange. Elysium. The Exorcist. Watched this for the first time a few months back. Fantastic horror film. Aaron Brockovich, very good movie. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Everything Must Go. The Expendables 2, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, Ender's Game, Fast and Furious 1 through 6, Fast and Furious 7, or just Furious 7, I guess, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Fight Club, Forrest Gump on 4K, Finding Nemo 4K Steelbook, and Finding Dory. Finding Nemo is my favorite animated movie ever. God, my arm is very sore, my switch hands. The Founder, really good movie. I've seen that a few times. Faster, seen that like once. Footloose. Frost Nixon, great movie. Did it win anything, or was it just nominated? Yeah, just nominations. Too bad. Fox and the Hound and Fox and the Hound 2. I remember when I watched Fox and the Hound and I cried twice. It's one of the saddest movies for me. And then I watched Fox and the Hound 2. I was like, okay, they made a sequel. And it was like a 2006 direct-to-DVD film that was a prequel, or it was kind of like set during the first one. I remember just being like, okay, wow. So it just ends on an extremely sad note. Okay. Frozen. Final Destination. One of my like family's favorite horror series, honestly. I like watching these movies a lot. Ford vs. Ferrari. Great movie. First Man. Really great film. The Fly, 1956 or 58 or something like that. What is it? 58. Field of Dreams. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. A film that doesn't exist. Good Morning Vietnam. The funny story, the day I watched this movie, right after watching it, like the next day I woke up and that's when I found out that Robin Williams had killed himself. So fun times. Goosebumps. The first movie, or one of the first movies I watched when I moved to where I live now. Gravity. Godzilla 2014. Great theme, disappointing movie in some ways. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Exact same scenario. Better action sequences, more monster chaos, but dumber story and characters. Looks really good in 4K and sounds excellent. Gremlins. One of my favorite films from my childhood. They did a pretty disappointing job with the 4K, in my opinion. I really didn't see that much of an upgrade. So I kind of wish it got a better treatment, but I still love that movie nonetheless. Gladiator, excellent, excellent, excellent. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. Get Him to Greek, or Get Him to Greece, I mean. Oh, no, it is Get Him to the Greek. Great Mouse Detective, great movie. Guardians of the Galaxy on 3D Blu-ray and regular Blu-ray. We've never owned a 3D Blu-ray player, although technically you can watch 3D Blu-rays on PSVR, so I technically do. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Gold, Good Will Hunting, Good Day to Die Hard, a good movie to never watch, Ghost with Patrick Swayze, who is now a ghost, Grease with Hunter Dunbar fan, Grudge Match, which is a rental, but I don't know why is that like a separate? No, it's a part of it. I don't know. That's because, yeah, my video store used to sell a bunch of their rentals after like a few months. Green Book on 4K, Best Picture winner of last year. Disappointed, or a lot of people disappointed it won. I actually really liked it. Did it deserve the win? I don't know, but I like it. Green Mile, great movie. Green Hornet, never watched it. The Queen, Gran Torino, The Goonies. They're 4K'ing that this summer. I watched it a few days ago. It's kind of like a B-movie classic. Like, it's good, but it's not great, in my opinion. Get Hard, Glory Road, Great Gatsby, Howard's End. Surprisingly, on 4K, How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. The Hateful Eight quickly became one of my favorite of Tarantino's, actually. At first, I thought it was disappointing and not that great, but over time, it's grown on me a ton. Hacksaw Ridge, amazing sounding film. Halloween 1978 on 4K. Halloween 2018 on 4K, Steelbook, really good Steelbook as well. Harry Potter's 1 through 8, well, the only 1 through 8. Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, Battle of the Five Armies, Hunger Games Catching Fire, The Help, great film. Her, How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Iron Man, the start of it all, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Inception, incredible film on 4K, Interstellar, also incredible film, one of my favorites on 4K, It, Blu-ray, Steelbook, It, same film, 4K, It, Chapter 2 on 4K, Incredibles 2 on 4K, Independence Day, Inside Out, I Am Legend, Inglourious Basterds Steelbook, fantastic film, my favorite Tarantino. Indiana Jones collection, I'm really hoping they 4K that within the next year or so. Jaws with a VHS looking case, really cool. They are 4K'ing this summer, so I'm going to be getting that because Jaws is one of my favorite movies of all time, in my top 3. Jurassic Park on 4K, the collection 1 through 4. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom on 4K. John Wick Chapter 2. John Wick Chapter 3, all on 4K. Joker on 4K, favorite movie of last year. Justice League 4K Steelbook. Jack Reacher. The Judge. Jumper, starring Hayden Christensen in his last role ever. The Jungle Book, the 2016 film. Kung Fu Panda 2, Kill Bill 1 and 2, The King's Speech, great movie. I think, yeah, won Best Picture. Knives Out on 4K Steelbook, great film. Kingsman: The Golden Circle, Life of Pi, Lovely Bones. These are getting really tight in here, actually, when I try to pull them out. Les Miserables, whatever the fuck you say it in French. Las Vegas, Lee Daniels the Butler, the Lego Movie, Logan, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, fantastic trilogy. Really hope they 4K that soon. The Lighthouse, excellent movie, one of my favorites last year. The Lion King, The Lion King 2019 4K. I think I own that movie only because of the visuals, because it looks great in 4K. The movie itself is, yeah. Maleficent, Little Mermaid, Lone Survivor, great war film. Lone Ranger, Ladder 49, The Lost Boys. Watched this for the first time a few days ago. Really great 80s movie. I'm surprised I never watched it until recently, but I had a lot of fun with it. Leaves of Grass, Little Fockers, the Meet the Parents collection, so that's Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and Little Fockers. The Mist, as well as 1408. I've only seen The Mist. Mamma Mia, don't care. Man of Steel, underrated in my opinion. Man on Fire, very good film, if I recall. What do we have here? Nightmare on Elm Street on DVD. Whew. Got you on Blu-ray, buddy. The Mummy. The Mummy Returns. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Sad that I don't own any of the first two. Mad Max Fury Road. Monster House. I need to rewatch that. That's an animated movie I used to love. Mary Poppins, which is in backwards. Mary Poppins, I've seen like once, which was in music class in grade 3 or 4, one of the 2 years. Moana. Monsters, Inc., one of my favorite Pixar films. Monsters University, a pretty good prequel. Megamind, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Mission Impossible 1 through 5 on Blu-ray. Mission Impossible Fallout, my favorite movie of 2018. The Martian, Master and Commander, Something of the Seas. Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray collection. Sorry, DVD. Nightmare on Elm Street, Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum 3. So I guess we don't know the second one. Nebraska. Nightmare Before Christmas. National Treasure. Mom loves that movie so much. National Treasure 2. Nazis at the Center of the Earth. The Notebook. Omega Man. Oblivion. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Great movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Disappointed the first time, loved it the second time, and third time, and I've only seen it twice, actually. Other Guys, not a very good movie in my opinion. Oz the Great and Powerful. Pet Sematary, the original version. Pet Sematary 2018 in 4K Steelbook. Pirates of the Caribbean 2. Oh yeah, that's right, we don't actually own the first one. My brother has it now. Pirates of the Caribbean 3, Pirates of the Caribbean 4, Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Predator. Poltergeist. Great movie. Prometheus. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. Princess and the Frog. Pinocchio 70th Anniversary Edition. Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. Paul. Philomenia. I don't know. Pocahontas 1 and 2. Peter Pan. Pompeii 3D, of course. Precious, Quiet Place, RIP the second one. Resident Evil Afterlife, I don't know why the heck we have that. Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Running Man. Pretty funny, cheesy film. Reservoir Dogs, great movie. Riddick, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, great trilogy. Rescuers Down Under, or Rescuers and Rescuers Down Under. Robin Hood, 2011 or 2010. Rio. Risky Business, The Rum Diary, RoboCop 2013, I think, or 2014. The Roommate. That's a really bad movie, by the way. Rush, really good movie. Rocketman, great film. The Revenant, excellent movie. Ready Player One. I love this movie, honestly. Say what you will, but I think it's great. Rogue One on Blu-ray Steelbook. I need to get the 4K of this still. Solo on 4K. The Star Wars Saga 1 through 6 on Blu-ray. Force Awakens. The Last Jedi on Steelbook. 4K. Rise of Skywalker 4K Steelbook. The Shining on 4K. My favorite horror movie. Looks excellent in 4K, and I love that artwork so much. Shazam on 4K Steelbook. Favorite comic book movie of last year, probably. Honestly, it didn't even make it onto my top 10, but I don't know if I might like it more than Avengers Endgame. Suicide Squad. Superbad. That's how I would describe Suicide Squad. Star Trek Steelbook, Star Trek Trilogy, so these are the 3 films, same movie. Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Trilogy. Been really wanting to rewatch these recently, especially 2. Spider-Man Homecoming on Blu-ray. I own this on 4K digitally, because when I got my TV, I got to select 2 free movies. So I also got Baby Driver. Far From Home. Saw. Silence of the Lambs, one of my favorite movies, in my top 5, possibly top 3. 7, great movie as well. Shawshank Redemption, excellent movie. Spawn, not so much. Sandlot, great classic. Secretariat. Space Jam, one of my brother's and I's favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan. Sherlock Holmes. I really like these Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films. Social Network. Saving Private Ryan on 4K. Best war movie ever made. Never gonna change. Excellent film. 10 out of 10. Looks great in 4K. Sounds great in 4K. Saving Mr. Banks. See, we've owned this since it came out on Blu-ray, and I've never watched it since. Like, I've not seen it since I saw it in theaters. So we've owned this for like 6 years, I think, without rewatching it once. Shaun of the Dead, my brother's favorite movie. Very hilarious film. Scarface, excellent steelbook, an excellent movie. Super 8, really good, fun J.J. Abrams film. It has a lot of Steven Spielberg-esque feel to it. Salt. Slumdog Millionaire, should not have won Best Picture over this man, which wasn't even nominated. Syriana. Sound of Music, I believe. Yeah, Sound of Music. Silver Linings Playbook. Oops. San Andreas, there's another one of those big disaster movies. Toy Story on 4K. Toy Story 2 on 4K. Toy Story 3 on 4K. Toy Story 4 Steelbook. Not a very good Steelbook. Does not, I don't know what's up with the colors. 4K. Thor on Blu-ray. Thor The Dark World. Thor Ragnarok on 4K Steelbook. Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Blu-ray Steelbook. Love that Steelbook and really good film. Time to Kill. Taken. The Town, great movie. Taxi Driver, classic. Traffic, as barely opened. Tangled. The Adventures of Tintin. I actually really liked that movie, if I recall. Teenage Ninja Turtles 1, 2, and 3. Teenage Ninja Turtles 2014. Transformers 3. Transformers 4. The Thing, excellent horror film. The John Carpenter version from 1982, I think. Troy. Terminator, Judgment Day, great film. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, probably my least favorite Terminator film, to be honest. Terminator Salvation, underrated Terminator film. I always liked the gritty feel to it. Titanic, Up, Unthinkable, We Are Marshall, Wall-E, Wonder Woman on 4K, Wolf of Wall Street, Waterboy, War for the Planet of the Apes, We Are the Millers, Waterworld, World War Z, World's End, Wizard of Oz, Wreck-It Ralph. We are so close to being done here, guys. My legs and my hands are sore. War of the Worlds, really good film. The Warriors, Warhorse, in a really damaged case. Whiplash, excellent movie. The Wolverine, X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse, Young Guns, Yes Man, Zombieland, and then the 4K collection of the Star Wars movies right here. Then the originals on VHS right before they were released on special editions, so that's the unedited versions. And then down here is the Planet of the Apes films on 4K. That's like the original 5 or so. And then these are some of those repeat movies I was talking about. So Gremlins, Indiana Jones 4, The Shining, Lego Star Wars Padawan Menace. I just don't think I wanted that in the collection. Spectre, Skyfall, Casino Royale, Queen of Solace, Apocalypse Now, and American Sniper. So yeah, and then there's some DVDs here and there. Some of my PS4 and Xbox games. A lot of games I have digital as well. And yeah, there you have it. That is our family's giant collection. There's a lot of movies I still want to get. A lot of them my brother has, like the Godfather films, and a lot more. So I'll have to do that in the future. But yeah, there you go. That is the collection. Next time I'll be doing my Spider-Man walkthrough soon, and I'll also do a video talking about my home theater. But until then, and my messy basement. Until then, that is the video.